everybody to Nine's Corner, where we are going to be doing our monthly vibes. What does each sign need to know about love and money and worry and stress and advice and all that kind of stuff for this month? So go below in the description, find your sign, and the time will be next to it, and then go to your sign and find out what your month looks like. So Aries, you are my first sign up. What do you need to know for the month of March? Let's see what's happening with you. So when it comes to love, you're going to feel, for the first week, you're going to feel like you just want to be left alone. You're kind of into yourself. You just want to be like, left to your own devices. By the second week, you'll feel a little bit more about being able to go out and have a fun time and see people and stuff like that. You'll feel a little bit better about it. The third week, you're going to be very energetic. You're going to be like having to get things done. Maybe you're going to have a little surprise for somebody. But it seems like you're in work mode then, that kind of a thing. And for the fourth week, we're looking at the Ace of Swords. So there may be some truth that you're going to be finding out at the end of the month that has to do with something personal, something to do with the people in your life, something that you've been wondering about. I think at the beginning of the month, you're very internal and you're really trying to figure things out. By the end of the month, whatever it is that you wanted to figure out, you're going to be able to figure it out. Okay? When it comes to money, we might have a quick job, all of a sudden, it's like somebody's going to say, hey, can you help me, do this with the house and I'll pay you, or something swift is going to come into your job. You might be like there and all of a sudden they need you to go work somewhere else. It's like movement, very quick. For finances, you have the money, it's there, and even if you find that maybe sometimes it's tight, there are people around to help. Now, I will say your ending card for money, really looks like it's not always good to win. So if you're having some talks and arguments with people or your family or loved one about money, don't forget that it's not always good to be right. Sometimes being right just makes you right and alone. So make sure you're talking and communicating about the money and everything. And by the end of the month, you're just going to be sitting down. You're going to be wanting to really concentrate on all the details of your money, your finances, your job. I mean, this could be going along with the idea that you're going to be swiftly offered a job and you're just going to be like, what? And this will be the details of it, the health insurance and all that kind of stuff. But otherwise, financially, everything's good. Just by the end of the month, you may be just having a check to see how's everything going. Oh, and your worry, I'm telling you, there's something in your personal life that's really worrying you and got you stressed out. There's some kind of decision here that needs to be made. And the fact is that if you try to work too quickly, it's going to go against you because you don't know the whole picture yet. So wait till the end of the month where you've got the Ace of Swords and it gives you a truth. But you are going to be feeling some heartache. But then there's the beginning of the Fool. So it's like even through the heartache, you already know that there's something there that's going to make things better, make things lighter. Everything is about relationships. I don't know for a majority of you people, for a majority of my Aries people, you don't like to follow. You like to lead. You can't follow. And you certainly don't like to shed tears unless you're extremely hurt. So it just seems a lot of your worry has to do with relationships and having to feel like, what place do I have? And you need to be the strong leader here. Something that you need. Advice, get together and plan things. There's certain things that you're going to have to give up. With the Death card here, there's going to be certain things that you're just going to have to say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. And it could be letting go of somebody. It really and truly could be letting go of somebody. But, oh, look at that. That's awesome. I was just about to say when the Death card comes out, it always means transformation, making room for something better. And you got the Sun card. So whatever it is that you're worrying about, it's going to work out in your favor. It's going to work out very much in your favor. And it's going to become, whatever this issue is, it's going to become part of your past. But I'm going to give you a little advice that you're not going to be able to completely let go of it. It's like it's a really hard decision and it affects the rest of your life. So it's one of those things that, you know, you could end up going coulda, shoulda, woulda, but don't coulda, shoulda, woulda all over yourself. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So I am still going to do our angel cards to ask a question about something that might be on your mind, or a question that has a yes, no, maybe as its answer. Just some advice for us to have for the month of March going forward for my Aries people, for my Aries. Let's see what the angels have to say. Communicate clearly.
Communicate clearly. This situation requires very precise and careful communication. Don't assume that others involved understand what you want or need from them. In-person discussions are preferable, but if that's not possible, make sure that your communication method is very thorough. This card can indicate that there's been a miscommunication that is creating a challenge for the parties involved. By clearing up any misunderstandings, you can heal the situation so that everyone can start moving forward again.
So, where are my Leos? What do you need to know about love, money, and worry, and advice, and all that good stuff for this month? So we're starting. Oh my God, we're starting off with the Hermit, which is the first card that I started off with my first group. So in the beginning of the week, you're just going to feel like you need to stay internal. You're just going to just not really want to be talking to anybody. You don't really want to be on the phone with anybody. You're just, everything's all right, but you're just not in the mood. You know what I'm saying? Then, wow, second week, you got the Queen of Cups. So there's something that you're trying to keep a cap on. There's either you know something and you're kind of going, ooh, I don't want to know this. Or it could be something that you're trying to hold your feelings down about something. You don't want to reveal your feelings to those around you. But you will. You have no other choice. You're going to have to. You got the King of Cups here. You're going to have to settle things out. And that means you're going to take the chance and communicate. This could also mean that it's not necessarily, it could be you helping out somebody else, because the King of Cups likes to help those emotionally to get stable. And the end card, oh, I'm sorry, guys. The end card, we've got the Nine of Swords. So there's going to be some worry at the end of the month. Something, you're going to be finding out something about your family, friends, work group. It's a situation that you are already aware of. And you may, you know what? It feels as though you may be worried that you said too much, or you talked too much, or you know, you regret kind of saying something, so it's just worrisome to you. But I promise you, this worry really is in your head. Don't let that happen. You're just stressing yourself out for no reason. When it comes to money, ooh, look for a gift. Look for a gift this week. This could be just a little something showing up in the mail. Again, there's going to be this rush. So I think there's going to be either something's going to come up and it's going to need your attention. So it's either going to be like the car broke down, or something in the house needs just a little tweak, and it's just going to be something that you have to do immediately. It's not something that can wait. So that'll take a little bit of your money this week, or this second week in March. But then we have the Sun. So believe me, everything's going to turn out okay. It's not going to be anything that's going to hit you financially or take you down financially. And if you are in a position where you need help, there is help available to you. Or you might be in a position where, you know, you can help others. This is like when you go to Tim Hortons or go to your local coffee stop, you know, buy the coffee for the person behind you, kind of thing. Because in giving, we receive, right? Worry-wise, you're worried about love. You're worried about the people around you. You're worried about, specifically, you're worried about a man or an elder person, somebody that is part of your stability in your life, somebody who's who's important to you in your life, and it's somebody that you're worried about. You love them very much. It feels like there may be some news coming where maybe there's things that are happening that you consciously know, but you unconsciously do not want to accept. It's that kind of a feeling. And we've got the Eight of Cups. So you're going to be able to get over this month. Like, this month is going to be You're going to be feeling a lot of feelings towards your loved ones. You're going to be a lot of stress and everything. But by the end of the month, it's like you get your ducks in a row and you're able to walk away from it okay. So, you know, it's kind of stressful in the beginning, but, you know, in like a lamb, out like a lion. No, in like a lion, out like a lamb. That's what it's going to be like for you guys. So, as advice, sometimes you've got to lose it all to gain it all. So there's definitely something happening, and it has to do a lot with communication for you guys. Be wary of people kind of taking you down, putting your name down, gossip and that kind of a thing. And it could be about a relationship or a relationship you shouldn't be having, you know, that kind of office romance that just looks a little bit too. You will be judged. There's judgment coming. I mean, there's nobody who can judge themselves worse than you Leos. You Leos are so hard on yourselves, and you're so generous. Like it's hard. It's difficult for you. But there is going to be some judgments. There's going to be some instead of just being out in the ether of like, what am I going to do? It's going to come to fruition, and you're going to be like, okay, I have to do certain things now. It's come time to do it. Again, don't feel like, don't forget to take care of yourself. You know, when you're trying to figure it out for somebody else, when your love is towards somebody and you're concerned about them, you can forget yourself and you do everything for everybody else, but you're letting yourself down because your health is going to suffer. So make sure that, you know, maybe that March would be a good month for you to get a checkup, go to the doctor. We're looking at like possible stomach issues. But I'd try to go to a doctor, something in this area. And at the end, we have the Hierophant. So rely on what you've always known. Rely on tradition, you know, like I find for myself, because I was raised a Catholic, and oftentimes when life gets really, really tough for me, it brings me comfort to be able to say the Our Father, or to say the Hail Mary, or say the Glory Be, whatever it shall be, or whatever it is for you. I'm not saying it has to be Catholic, but I'm just saying whatever it is for you. Sometimes just, you know, speaking to God and bringing up praise for God can really help your situation, because it's helping you internally. You know what I mean? So we have our angel cards, as always. I couldn't help myself. Where you get to ask a yes, no, maybe question, or just look for some really good advice from the cards. So take a deep breath. What's your angel card this week? We have forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Forgiveness can work miracles. When you release the past, a weight is lifted from your shoulders and a sense of freedom washes over you. Ask your angels to help you let go of sadness or pain caused by others so that you can be free. This card can also refer to a need for self-forgiveness. It's time to let go of any guilt you are holding on to regarding past mistakes you may have made. Give yourself credit for having tried your best, even if the results weren't what you would have liked. Focus on the changes you've made since then that have made you a better person.
So my next reading is for our free-spirited Sages. What do you need to know for the month of March? So, boy, you need to get things done this time. It's like you're trying to work with people. You're trying to either organize something, get together with them. And it could just be that, you know what, you're in this mode of like, and you just don't even want to talk to anybody for the first week. By the second week, oh, everything's good. You may be hearing about really good news coming to you that's going to affect you in now and in the future. So, you know, if you're going to buy a lottery ticket or anything like that, do it in the second week of March. By the third week, we're going to be looking at just trying to maintain and hold in. You just want to hold on to things the way they are. You don't want any more change coming in your life. You're very content with the way things are. And, you know, everything's good. In your family, friends, and relations, things are fairly decent. There may be some things that you're holding on to, some negative things, but for this month, you're not looking to open up Pandora's box type of thing. Financially, you're keeping a lid on things. So you're probably trying to hold off on spending too much, trying to keep a cap on everything that you're spending. But it seems like you got a situation that's weighing you down. Like what? It's something physical, something, you know, something tactile that you can touch, money, or, you know, something where you're trying to figure out a situation and it affects your finances. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Do you take the risk? Do you take your risk and be on the lucky side? Do you take your risk and be on the negative side? Where are you on your cycle right now? Is it time for you to have a good day? The Wheel of Fortune is upright. So if you're having a good day, it's going to get better. And if you're not having such great a day or such a great week, it's going to get better. So financially, even if you've got a little bit of worry there and you're a little bit stressed, especially in the beginning of the month, by the end of the month, things are going to work out. Oh my God. And you got the World. So don't worry, beginning and endings, everything's going to be fine. So even if something ends, something new will begin. So financially, don't be stressed. When it comes to worrying about the past, worrying about nostalgia. Ooh, sadness. So I think, you know, when you go to bed at night and you are dreaming and all that kind of stuff, it seems to me like you're dreaming a lot about the past. There's a female in your past that you're trying to connect with. It's somebody that you'd love, that, like, you know, it's like me going to bed at night and going, oh, I'd love to see mom and dad tonight. There's some woman that's in your dream, that's from your past, that's making you feel nostalgic. It's bringing up some feelings for you, some not so pleasant feelings. Maybe you feel guilt or guilty over something that happened in the past, or it could be something that really hurt you in the past. But the whole point here is to plan for your acceptance of yourself and for the situation. So this means, you know, possibly going to therapy or talking to somebody, talking to a really good friend. Because, I mean, just talking can really change up your life, right? As advice, go to your family and friends. They're there for you. There's a lot of love surrounding you. There's a lot of love around you that you don't even realize. You are your worst own enemy. You are the one that is thinking the negative thoughts and keeping things strained. But it's really it's not what's around you. It's what you can't see. And your imagination is so much worse than what reality is. So try to temper things out. I love the way that tarot talks. It's just so cool. So balance things out. Balance yourself out. Realize that not everything is your fault. Not everything can you fix. Not everything is fixable. Maybe you need to give yourself a break. Stop kicking yourself when you're down. At the end of the day, you're going to move away from whatever negativity that you're finding in your life, and you're going to go to smoother waters. So that my advice is that no matter what's going on, take the risk. Do it. Buy a lotto ticket, you know, maybe by the 3rd week in March would be a good time. The 2nd and 3rd week of March, because you got the 9 of Cups for the 2nd week and the Wheel for the 2nd week. So I'm thinking 1st and 2nd week of March, make sure that you buy a little lotto ticket. You might win a little something. So as always, I have my angel cards where you get to ask a yes, no, or maybe no. You get to ask a question that'll have a yes, no, or maybe as its answer, or it's just some really good advice. Take a deep breath. And let's see, what do we need to know, Sag, for this month? Perfect timing.
Perfect timing. This is the perfect timing for the situation you've asked about. Move forward with confidence. Don't delay or hesitate because an energy gateway is presently open for you. Conditions are ripe. Even if you don't feel prepared, rest assured you are.
So now we're going to look at our earth signs. And first up, we're going to look at Taurus. What do we need to know for the month of March, my darlings? My Tauruses, you're so loyal. Everybody that I know in my life that's a Taurus, they're very loyal. I'll give them that. Ooh. So, walk into things quietly. Walk into things methodically. Just take your time. Do not rush. You may be receiving or giving a gift this month, but take things easy when it comes to relationships and stuff like that. There's definitely going to be some news happening. You're going to be hearing about some kind of news. Somebody bought a new house. It could be yourself. Congratulations. Or it could just be finding out like somebody bought a new car or got a new job. It's like a lot of, it was slow in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's like something's going to happen. So that's wonderful. We got the Hierophant. So you may be going back. There might be something that you always do at this time of the year that you're going to get together with friends and stuff. It's time to go back and rekindle and reunite with some people from your past. Ooh, for some people, this could mean that if you're in a relationship and it has been going well, or if it has been going well, it's going to get even better. And if you're not in a relationship, there's somebody that's coming at the end of March that's going to catch your eye. When it comes to money, there's decisions that you've made in the past that are going to affect you in the future. Unfortunately, we got the Devil. So guys, Tauruses, if you have something in your life that's taking up too much of your money, if you're drinking too much, if you're gambling too much, if you're smoking too much, whatever it is that you're doing too much of, eating, it could be 101 things, please calm it down, because this problem that you've had in the past is now back, and it's up to you how you're going to deal with it. This has to deal with money, because anything that you do has to deal and affect money. You are looking, you're waiting. It's like maybe that you know that you're going to be getting money down the pike, so you're taking a little bit too much, going a little bit crazy before the money is in. So don't count your eggs until they're actually in the basket. You know what I'm saying? And really, it's all on you. It's about you this month, and you're waiting for your ships to come in. It's like you've planted something, and you know that things weren't really good in the past, but you're going to be able to change that and make it better. So the beginning of March, you're going to have the memories or be reminded of something negative, and make sure that if you are, if you've been sober and something is going on in your life that you want to take a drink, don't. Call out to a friend, do anything you have to do, because you got this. You can take care of yourself, and you can get a job and have money and all that good stuff. But unfortunately, I think for some people, there's some bad habits that you got to make sure you keep in the past. Worries, oh, you poor little things, you're stressed out. I mean, I'd be stressed out too if you got worries about the past. But don't worry, the star is with you. You've got this. The worries that you have are so much worse. It's like you're making things so much worse in your mind than what they actually are in reality. You've got star, you've got support, you've got hope. We've got the Queen of Swords. So you might be worried about something that you want to say. You may be like, I really want to say something, but you have to kind of watch your tongue, and that could be somebody talking to you, right? At the end of the day, do you want to be right, or do you want to have things work out? It really is up to you. You can either be right, and sometimes when you win, it doesn't feel good, and that's the feeling here, that there's something you're worried about. But if it works out, if you go after it, you'll work it out. But will the win be worth the fight? Pick your battles type of feeling. As advice, look, things are going to be moving quickly. You might have things slow in March in the beginning, but things are going to move quickly as the month goes by. There's going to be information coming out, paperwork. This could be like taxes and things of that nature. There's definitely some planning here and getting help. So I definitely see that you're doing something, having to get help with it. We got the Sun. So the Sun is just saying, listen, so many things are positive in your life. There's so many great things that you had to be grateful for. So make sure that you live in a space of gratitude, give gratitude, and let your love feel. I know. Let some of your love feelings out. Tell somebody that you love them. Tell somebody that you appreciate them. And maybe even tell somebody you love them, that, don't know that you have feelings for them. This could be the awakening of maybe a relationship. Just saying. Just saying. So as always, we have our angel cards where we get to ask a question that has a yes, no, or maybe as its answer, or it's just really good advice. So I want you to take a deep breath. And let's see what the angel has to say. Remain positive.
The angels are asking you to keep an optimistic attitude. There's a very positive momentum beginning to build towards the creation of your desires. You're speeding your dreams along by maintaining a cheerful and confident demeanor. It may seem as though your plans are taking a long time to manifest, but very soon you will see a change. Don't allow yourself to lose hope when your dreams are so close to coming true.
So for Capricorn, what do you need to know about love, money, worry, and advice and all that good stuff for this month? Okay, so the beginning of the month, you're feeling really stressed out. I think that there's probably a lot of stuff happening at work, and that's got you stressed out, and that doesn't leave a lot of time for family. But there's lots of ways that you can deal with it. There's always solutions. You're feeling some uncertainty and unclear. You're feeling uncertainty about the people in your life. You're feeling you don't know everybody. It's like you're getting to meet and know new people, but you're kind of sticking to yourself. It's like you've got your own secrets. Like, you know, it's that feeling of like, I know I'm good. I know that they're going to like me once they get to know me kind of thing. And you're definitely going to be the king of doing things in your life. So this could be, you know, actually showing somebody that you care, buying them something, or just not even buying them something, just doing something that you know they would be appreciative of. You know, that kind of a feeling. But there is definitely some uncertainty here and maybe some secretive stuff happening. But I think that more has to do with just the stress in your life, and you're probably stressed in your life about work and not really being able to do anything about anything else. And when that happens, you let other things fall. That's just the way life is, right? When you're looking at money, you've got great stability here. You've got the Emperor here. So things are really stable. It looks like, again, I'm seeing this either moving, changing jobs, changing locations. Something's happening. You're feeling uncertain about it because that's right underneath. But it will all work out. You will work out. And it looks like you will be surrounded or have more family and friends around you. We have the King of Swords here. So this very much says be careful with what you say because, you know, you can either help or hurt somebody. So make sure that when you're dealing with work situations that you're being the boss who's clear and concise, but not unkind. Make sure you remember to be kind. When it comes to worries and things of that nature, something from the past, nostalgia, people from the past, a memory from the past, something that's from the past that is on your mind that maybe you're worried about. It looks like it could have to deal with something that you did in the past, some people that you dealt with in the past. But things are going to work out to your advantage, so don't be stressed out. It's like even though you have these worries, you have these things like, oh, is this going to affect this? At the end of the day, you know everything's going to work out. And guys, like I've told other people, buy a lotto ticket in the 3rd month of March. And there's a woman that's very important to you, and she seems to be on your mind. She seems to be something that you're stressing about. Maybe somebody that you need to have gratitude for, and maybe because of all the stress of work and everything, you've been letting things slide, that kind of a way. As advice, I've got the Lovers. I'm telling you, the decisions you make right now are going to directly affect you and your relationships in the future. So make sure that you take time to appreciate and have gratitude for those around you. That's very important. You may feel like you're having to defend yourself this month, and that goes along with, you know, the newness of job, the newness of movement, to having that stress on you. But like I told you, with the 10 of Wands, even though it's a lot of stress, there's a lot of ideas and ways that you can get through it. And with the 9 of Wands, again, this is just repeating that for you. There's a situation that you're weighing, and I'm sure this has to do with work and everything else. Work and everything else. What's important to you? You're going to come through at the end of March. You're going to feel like you had a lot of work to do, but you got through it, but you're a bit beaten up. And you're looking back kind of going, maybe there's some things I need to clear up, clean up, you know? So be careful, because if you take the time to, I know it's hard, I know you've got a lot on your plate, but if you've got 5 minutes to be able to go and brush your teeth, you've got 5 minutes to go and tell somebody that you love them. You know what I mean? So try to fit people into your life. And as always, we got our angel cards where we get to ask a yes, no, maybe question, or maybe just some really good advice. So take a deep breath. Oh, and let that out. And what do the angels have for you this week? Yes! Exclamation mark.
Bravo! The decision you've made is the right one. There's no need to continue to sort through additional options. You know what to do, and you should move forward with your plans. You've made the correct choice for your personal growth and development. However, some decisions can be a true challenge. If the task ahead of you is daunting or even sad, then proceed with your plans in a way that is life-affirming and self-loving. Ask your angels to be with you every step of the way, and don't hesitate to call upon friends and family for support.
So, what does Virgo need to know for the month of March when it comes to love? There's some loss happening here. There's feeling bad. Maybe somebody's in a bad way. Maybe you're in a bad way. And that just, it's hard. And then you want to hold on. You're trying to hold on in the second month second week, because there's something about your friend group, something about the loved ones in your life where there's some sadness here, where there's some need that needs to be fulfilled. Somebody needs help. I don't know if that's you. I don't know if it's somebody around you, but they're trying to hold on. And there is going to be help coming in. There's going to be a woman who has the finances or has the ability to help you, whether that's to get a job or what have you. And towards the end of the month, it's like temperance, like everything's going to balance out. So, sometimes when we're in relationships, one person has to be at 90% when the other person's at 10%, and then, you even out 50-50, and all that kind of movement happens. That's what your month of March looks like with your friends and family and stuff like that. When it comes to finances, a lot of stability, so that's a really good thing. First card out, stability for the beginning of March. Now, in the second week of March, it's like you've got some kind of major decision that you need to make. But be careful, because you've got the blinders on, so you don't see everything. So make sure you're going slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. And there's going to be a lot of news coming. So if you are waiting on news about money or finances or a job or anything like that, you're going to hear about it towards the end of March. So if you're waiting for that job offer, it's going to come towards the end of March. If you've been waiting for that, whatever it is, you'll get it. It'll be fine. For your what you're worried about money. You're worried about money, but you're also, it's sort of like maybe a little bit in your life right now, things are just sort of like they are what they are, but you wish they could be different, because even though things are okay and you should be grateful, there's something missing. And you need to go internal. You're going to be going internal to yourself. But that's your stress and worry. It's about the stability. Do you have the house? Do you have the car? Do you have this, that? But there's something more that you want. And by the end of March, with all this information and things coming, you're going to rush into some kind of situation. You're going to be rushing into something that will be for you personally and bring you joy. Advice, go for it. You're going to have people that celebrate with you. There's going to be a get-together, social get-together. Everything's like chickadee-boo. Here's you. You're just working along, moving along, doing what needs to be done. Now, you're going to come into a situation where you're going to have to weigh something out. And this is more like, do I get the car or do I get the minivan? It's sort of like one of those things where you got to weigh out the importance of something in your life. So I'm telling you, do a pro and con list. That'll help straighten it out so much better for you. And there's people around that are willing to talk to you, give you advice about it. And so, don't feel like you can't talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. So, as always, I have our angel cards where we get to ask a question that has a yes, no, maybe as its answer, or just some really good advice. Take a deep breath. Let's see what the angels have to say for you. A year from now.
The event you are asking about will occur within this year or soon after. During this time interval, you are encouraged to stay optimistic and to continue with self-care activities and other preparations for your desire. Remember that other people's free will choices are involved. Your angels are presently working behind the scenes on your behalf, even if you can't immediately see the evidence of your answered prayers.
Now it's time to get into our air signs. What do our air signs need to know for the month of March? So when it comes to love, this is good. This is good. You've got some stability happening in your life. There is going to be something you're going to hear about, something that might kind of feel like it's going to hurt your stability. But at the end of the day, when the third week of March comes, it's all going to balance out. And you know, for people in your life, you are somebody that they look at and say, wow, you know, this person really knows how to get things done. But yours just sort of like, I'm on two ends of it. I don't, you know, I just balance things out to the best of my ability, like the Gemini can. And you're going to be looking at maybe meeting up with somebody from away, having guests come from away, or maybe even you traveling, going across water for a visit to go somewhere. But it just looks like you're going to be having some kind of get together with the family, friends, relatives, somebody in your life. When it comes to money, Gemini, okay, in the beginning of at the very first week, it's like, yeah, everything's all right, but then you're going to have some fighting. There's going to be a little bit of arguing. It's nothing terrible. It's not swords out fighting, but, you know, it's one of those things where people are giving their opinions whether you want them or not. But at the end of the day, you got the sun. So all is going to work out. All is going to be okay with your money. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So for me, this looks like we could be wanting to take a risk. And it falls right under the Three of Wands, which could be that, hey, you know, there's a job offer, but it means that you got to move. It means that you got to take a risk. It's there if you want it, and it will work out for you. But that's only if you want it. Worry-wise, you really want to kind of be by yourself. And it's like, you know, you got things to do, but you're just, in the beginning of the month, you're going to be like, okay, I got things to do. I'm going to find out about this. But then by the second week, it's like you're just so stressed out that you're just turning inward. You just don't want to deal with life, pretty much. Then you're getting the Queen of Swords. So you got to really, really watch what you say. And if somebody says something unkind to you, kind of like, you know, don't respond, but respond with your eyes, like to give them that look. Because I'm telling you, whatever this has to deal with that you're stressed out about, that could happen with harsh words with somebody, you've really got to look at whether it's worth the fight, if it's worth being right and winning this fight, or will that hurt you more? That kind of thing. As advice, we got the Star. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. We got the Star, so there's a lot of hope and everything here, but for whatever reason, your heart's going to get broken this month. Something is just out of kilter. Something's out of kilter this month. You may rush into this. It may be something that, like, you know, everything's going along fine. All of a sudden, boom, you just make a decision and you change. And this is all about focusing on yourself towards the end of the month, which is not a bad thing, because self-care and being for yourself, because who else is going to be there for you other than you? Oh, and of course, I just dropped cards. There you go. So it is angel time, when you get to ask a question that has a yes, no, or maybe has its answer, or it could just be some advice that you're looking for. Take a deep breath. What do we need to know, angels? No.
No. The answer to your question is no. You may gather additional information by asking another question surrounding this issue and drawing another card. Look for a sign. Your angels have a very special and specific answer to your question. You can expect to see signs right away that will have deep meaning to you. Many people see white feathers to indicate that their angels are with them, or they may smell scents from their childhood that connect them with a family member. Signs require focused attention, so be awake to the possibilities. Don't mistake synchronistic events for mere coincidences at the time. They are a message especially designed for you.
So hello, Libras. What do we need to know for the month of March? Get yourself settled. Calm down. When it comes to, so when it comes to family, friends, and relatives and that kind of thing, there's a situation happening that you may just have to really look at it and see it from a different direction, because I'm sorry to say, by the second week of March, there's going to be some stress that you're worried about. And normally with this card, I would tell you, you know, it's all in your mind. What you dream or what you think is worse than what's actually going to happen. But unfortunately, there is going to be some kind of break in a relationship or some kind of stoppage. This could be somebody that you know is negative, but maybe you're trying to, you see them in a different light than you can see the good, whereas it's just not really good for you. That's going to cause a lot of emotion. So the month of March is going to be a hard month when it comes to love. You're just going to be really emotional, and things might come to an end for some people. When it comes to money, your job, you're kind of like, ugh, going to another day. It's kind of boring, you know, not a bad thing, not a bad thing to say. Finances aren't really changing. It seems like in the middle of March, there might be some stress or things happening at work. And if you're not working, that could just mean that, you know, when it comes to finances, you're feeling the stress. You're maybe somebody saying something to you about, you're not buying that, are you? And you're just like, yes, whose business of yours? That kind of a thing. But stability is in your cards, so don't worry about it. Your money's going to be there, and if it's not there, it's coming for you. And you've got the World, so beginning and endings. I kind of feel like there's something coming your way that's financial, that could be a job offer. And with everything happening in your life, you might want to just walk away from your life a little bit, you know, for those who have that. For other people, when you're looking at finances, this is a good time to kind of look to the future and see, like, what do you need to do? Is there something you need to save up? Is there something you need to do to make sure that you're financially stable in the future? Your worries is that you have your worries are that you have some stress, that you did, like, you're unclear about something. It's like you feel like something's happening and you don't have the full story, and it makes you feel very, very uncertain. You've got the Queen of Pentacles here. So you're feeling like you're always having to do something, always having to be the person to do things. And it's like, it's become old, because it's like it's the same thing over and over and over again. It's not that you don't like it, but it's just something that's like, ugh. For advice, I am sorry to say that you are going to have a little bit of heartache when it comes to somebody in your family and friends and stuff like that. But there's people around to help. There's people there that you can rant to and talk to, and you got to hold your own. You're going to be okay. You're going to hold on to the friends and family that you need and want, and things will balance out. Now, this could be that the actual person that you may fall out with, you'll learn to have a different type of relationship with. Like, you'll learn to have a different, you'll learn to be able to be friends in a different way than what you are now. Because especially if this is a loved one, it may take a long time, but you might end up being friends, that kind of a thing. So, as always, I have the angel cards, where you get to ask a yes, no, maybe as your question, as an answer to your question, or maybe just some really good advice. So let's look and see what the angels have for you this week. Choose a new direction.
The time has come to choose a new direction in your life. The circumstances that you find yourself living in may seem unfulfilling, or perhaps your heart is full of discontent. You know that there is something more out there in the world for you, and you've been procrastinating following the guidance of your angels. Make a conscious choice to be the person that you are meant to be. Create an action plan for yourself that leads you in the direction of the divine life purpose. Begin taking steps immediately towards a happier future. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius.
You can't help but think about that song when we have to do our Aquarius. Let's see what we need to know for the month of March. Things are all right. It's sort of like, yeah, it's when it comes to family, friends, relatives, whatever you've got going, things are okay. It's all kind of balancing out this week. In the second week, you're going to be a little bit more like wanting to keep to yourself. And by the third week, there's something like you're trying to balance something out. So there's a relationship that you have to work on. and it's tentatively good, but there's still more work to be done. So, you know, enjoy and enjoy and celebrate the good, but don't forget that there's more work to come. You know what I'm saying? Finances. Ooh. Take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a chance, take a risk, do something. Because I'm telling you, there's the possibility here. You're going to hear about it. And it's one of those cases where if you don't take the chance, like if you hear about a job that you could be qualified for and you don't take your chance about it, you're going to hear about it and how great about it is. But you're so stressed out, you're so worried. Am I good enough? Should I change? I'm happy where I'm too. But it's take a risk, man. Do it. The world is telling you to open up your world and do something different. When it comes to just straight finances, it seems like you're worried. Like everything seems okay in the beginning of March, but it's like something's changing. Something's going a little bit off, and you're stressed out about your finances. And it looks like you will end up having to pay money. It's like one of those times, like when the car breaks down or the window gets cracked or something, you know, just something that you end up having to put a few dollars into that you weren't expecting and you weren't wanting to have to do. When it comes to worry, you know, you're worried about the way that you communicate. You're worried about how you communicate with people and how they're taking what you're saying. You're looking back and you're thinking to yourself, have I done enough? Have I put enough into this, into whatever it is, whether it be your job or your relationship, or even just personal care, because you've got a lot of stress. But with a lot of stress comes a lot of ways of being able to deal with it. You just got to concentrate on it. And there's definitely somebody, maybe a woman, more likely a woman, who's able to help you out. They're very generous and they will give to you that which you need. So, you know, you stress out about it, but there is somebody there for you. As advice, we got the star. Hope, just hope. You know, when you get the star, sometimes that means that you got to pray, and whatever that means for you. If it doesn't have to be like traditional name, Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, and it could just mean putting out your wants and needs and desires and manifest what you want. It's a good time to manifest in the beginning of March. You'll start to be able to do things that are going to bring you to what it is that you want at the end of the day. And there's going to be a celebration, so celebrate good times. But there's a situation that's weighing on you, that's holding you back, that's, you know, it's like you've got everything going all right, but there's something that you're trying to weigh out, something that's stressed on it's really causing you a lot of stress, and it's something that you're looking at, you're trying to figure it out. It's really stressing you out, but I'm telling you, there's a woman that if you ask for her advice, it's an older woman, somebody that can you know, see the situation from a different perspective. Look for her and she'll help you. So, as always, I just dropped my cards. Second time today. As always, we have our angel cards where we get to ask a question that has a yes, no, or maybe has its answer, or just some good advice. So let's take a deep breath and let it out. And let's see what the angels have for you. Forgiveness.
Forgiveness can work miracles. When you release the past, a weight is lifted from your shoulders and a sense of freedom washes over you. Ask your angels to help you let go of sadness or pain caused by others so that you can be free. This card can also refer to a need for self-forgiveness. It's time to let go of any guilt you are holding on to regarding past mistakes you may have made. Give yourself credit for having tried your best even if the results weren't what you would have liked. Focus on the changes you've made since then that have made you a better person.
So up next, we have our water signs. I'm going to start off with Cancer and find out what do you need to know for the month of March. So the beginning of March, you're feeling kind of like you just want to be left alone. I think that sometimes you just need to be with yourself and not be with everybody else. So I think you're going to just kind of want to keep people at bay. There's some situation that you're looking at and you're trying to figure it out, and maybe you see it in a different way than everybody else. But it will work out. You'll figure it out, what's best for you. And this could be with somebody that's like an old friend, somebody that's from the past that maybe they don't fit into your life perfectly, but you don't want to get rid of them. I would also say in the third week of March, buy a lotto ticket. Anytime I see the 9 of Cups or any cards that I feel like that's a lucky card, I let you know. When it comes to money, be careful the first week that you're not being taken advantage of. So when when you go shopping, check your list. Check your, sorry, I'll beep that out. When you're checking your receipt, make sure that you're not short-changed or something like that. That kind of a feeling. If this has to do with work, you may be working and you could be the person that's right, but you might be hurting a lot of people, like hurting some friendships there, so be careful about it. Second week, you'll be just, giving out some gratitude and some love going towards people, because I think you need to make up for anything that might have happened at work. You need to take chances, and you need to become emotionally mature about your money. It seems like your emotions kind of take over you a lot, and this can cause issues when it comes to money because you're so free with it that sometimes it's not always there for you. So stability is the name of the game for you. When it comes to worry, you've got worry about love, you've got worry about money, you've got worry about the woman or man in your life, your special somebody. Whether they're there or whether they're not there, if they're there, you're worried. If they're not there, you're worried that they're not there. It seems like there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of action happening, and you just don't know how to cope with it. It seems like there's going to be action happening in all aspects of your life. There's going to be something happening at work, or something happening with your finances, something happening with the loved ones in your life. So, and it seems like there's like people, more than one, 2 or 3 people that are just going to be jabbing at you this month. And it's like annoying, but it's got to happen. Make sure that you connect with them emotionally and let them know that, hey, I have feelings too, or, I'm willing to help you. By the second week, you're just kind of like wanting to kind of stay on your own, and that's probably a good advice for that week. You need to look at the details of everything that's happening in your life, whether it be your love life or your money or what have you. And I think once you know more and you have that power of knowledge, it'll make you feel better. It looks to me like there's a possibility of you moving. Possibility of this could be like moving house, moving for a new job, moving, to a new apartment, to whatever it is. But it looks like it's a better fit for you. It might not be what exactly you wanted, might not look like what you wanted, but it's actually what's best for you. So go with the flow and take it as it comes, So, as always, I have our angel cards where we get to ask a question that has a yes, no, or maybe as its answer. Or we could just be looking for really good advice. So take a deep breath. And let's see what the angels have to say for you. Get more information. Get more information.
The situation you're asking about requires more information in order for you to make a wise decision. Approach those knowledgeable about the topic to solicit their advice. If there are friends or family members in your midst that have insight into the matter, ask for their observations. You may need to do some analytical research in order to get your data you need. This could include reading books, taking classes or seminars, or gathering information from the internet.
So, Scorpio, what do you need to know for the month of March? When it comes to relationships, you're in control of your emotions. It seems like maybe in the past your emotions have been kind of, and that doesn't mean there's still problems that are there, but you seem to be coping with them a lot better. It seems like you're giving yourself a lot of self-care, so I think the people around you, maybe you're keeping them at bay a little bit. You're just kind of like into wanting to do your own thing. But, you need to take a risk. You need to take a risk on having somebody come in your life and believe that you can trust them, because it seems like you may have some trust issues. And that's why the King of Cups has come up to say, hey, Emotionally, you may have been hurt in the past, but take a chance. Seems like there's going to be some newness happening in your life. So, open yourself up to that. When it comes to finances, you're not happy with the way things are. In the beginning of the month, you're not really happy. It's like there's something that's going on that just doesn't fit you. But by the second week, it's like, oh, I got an idea and I know how it's going to work out. And like I said to other people when I get this card and a few others, go buy a lotto ticket. I'm a Scorpio, so I'll be buying a lotto ticket. Be careful with the language that you use. Be nice, be kind. Sometimes when we're at work and somebody's being real yum, 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 yum. And you're just like, oh dear goodness God, I need this person to straighten out. And you want to say something, try not to, because it only hurts the person's feelings. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't make anything better. And by the end of the week, everything's going to be going well financially and in your job. And financially, things aren't really changing. You may find out that there's something small. So this could be like something electrical. Your toaster goes out, your kettle goes out. Just something, just one of those things that you might have to go out and buy type of thing. When it comes to your worries, you got worries on top of worries, my friends. We got worries on top of worries. You're worried about what's new, what's happening, what's starting. You're worried about, do I have the strength to do this? Is this going to take me down? Is this going to be the thing that's going to take me down because I don't know if I have the strength to do it? And then we got the Tower. So in your mind, you're just thinking, oh my God, everything's going to explode. Everything's going to be horrific. Your imagination, God willing, is so much worse than what's actually happening because you do have the strength to take care of it. And sometimes we need to go through a change to start something new that will be so much better for us and better at the end of the day than we could have ever wished for ourselves. The advice is to not judge yourself so harshly. My goodness, you Scorpios are so hard on yourself. People can be hard, but you are wicked with yourself. So try to be kind. Maybe reach out to an old friend and have a conversation. Maybe think about the past and some good times that you've had and bring them to the forefront so you can feel good about life. Because right now you're really, really stressed. But with the Ten of Wands, with each wand, that's a possibility, an idea that could change this. So I see you finding the idea and being able to work on it. So take it easy on yourselves. Don't be so harsh. And if you're being hard on somebody else, stop that immediately. All right, so we have our angel cards where we get to ask a question that has a yes, no, or maybe as its answer, or sometimes you're just looking for some really good advice. So let's see what the angels have to say for you. Ask for help from others. Ask for help from others. It's not necessary to do everything on your own. Your angels are asking you to reach out to those around you for assistance. By allowing others to lend a hand, you greatly increase your chances for success, and your plans will begin to move forward. The help you receive may also include important information provided by knowledgeable individuals. The stress of doing too much can create both physical and emotional health challenges for you. Surround yourself with loving friends and family who are willing and able to lighten your load, and you'll begin to feel much better. Last but not least on my list, I have Pisces. What do you need to know for the month of March? Okay, so the month is not starting out too great for you. I apologize profusely, but it seems like something's going to take you down. Now, this could be you're going to get a flu, cold. It could be just a little accident, so be careful on the ice. Be careful where you're going. Don't do stupid things like getting up on a ladder and thinking that you don't need anybody to help you. Just be careful. By the second week, you're really just not in the mood for people. You're not in the mood for people's advice or anything of that nature. You're really just want to get through your day, and you're just quietly being introspective. You know what I'm saying? Then we have the Eight of Cups. So it seems to me like you're going to be walking away from somebody who's toxic. And like I say, sometimes you can walk away from somebody and they're still in your life, but you change the relationship, and that's what I see. And then by the end of the month, again, you're just kind of this month you're just not into people. You're not necessarily, like, you might go to some places and stuff like that, but you're just not, for the majority of people, you're just not feeling people. You just want to be kind of in on yourself, and it's probably because the beginning of the month something's going to happen that's going to make you kind of feel bad, and that kind of goes with the flow for the month. Sorry. When it comes to finances, here we have the King of Cups. Make sure that you are emotionally mature about your finances. We got the Queen of Wands. You're doing lots of work. Everything's good. You have to really look at everything. This could be like, because it's tax time, so get some detailed information in. And if you're looking for a job, if you're working in a company and you're hoping to move up, you'll find out about the job and you'll realize, it's not worth the money. I want to stay where I'm too. So that's going to be a little bit of a stress for you. When it comes to finances, it seems like everything's kind of everything's okay. And there's people there that can help you if you're looking at your finances and you're realizing, hey, I might be a little bit short and you need to ask for help even though you don't want to. There are people that are there that will help you. So when it comes to stress, you just don't feel like you can do anything. It feels like everything you do is wrong. You want to start something new. You want to do something great, but you judge yourself so harshly. You really just, for whatever reason, you're judging yourself harshly. And I get the feeling that there's some people around you that are judging you harshly. So there may be something from your past which kind of causes the moon to come out, and it gives some... usually it takes away clarity, but for me, it kind of gives clarity to this, that maybe there's something that you did that may have hurt somebody. And whether you know it or not, or maybe you know it, but you don't really want to admit to it, or you might feel like that's a possibility, but you're just like, yeah, you did. So make sure that if there's anybody that you've been harsh to or too harsh to, even if it's yourself, self-care, take care of yourself, do something nice for yourself, and do something nice for your best bud. When it comes to advice, you know how to keep a secret, you know what's going on, and you're not ready to tell anybody, so just keep it going, even though it's going to cause fights. Somebody's going to be there going, what's going on, what's wrong with you, why don't you want to go out? And you're just like, you know what, leave me alone, I'm just not in the mood this week, this month, really. This is where you're going to hear some news. I think this is why we've got the Ten of Swords and some hurtful cards there, but things are going to return to a norm, it's going to balance out to the way that it always was. And there's going to be somebody from your past who's going to show up that's going to help you. This could be somebody who just reaches out to you through the telephone and says, hey friend, and you're just like, oh my God, let me rant to you and tell you what's been going on. It's that kind of a feeling. So as always, I have our angel cards where we get to ask a question that has a yes, no, maybe, or some just good advice. So let's take a deep breath. And let's see what the angels have to say. In the near future.
In the near future. What you are asking about will occur very soon, so you won't have to wait much longer. Stay optimistic and continue upon your current path. Be open to receiving.
So that is our reading. I want to thank my little Nina tribe that I got going. We're small, but we're great. And I appreciate you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. I would love to be able to come on every day and just be like, hey, how you doing? And talk. Like I just love you. And I wish the best for you. And I'm so happy to be here with you and all that kind of good stuff. I got all kinds of love in my heart for you today. So as always, we have our unity candle lit for each and every one of us. And until the next time we chat, take care, cheerio, God bless. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff that helps my channel.